Okay, Pandora's Box Master List. Where is it? Why are you all having trouble finding it? So here's the problem about the Masters List, right? Is that the Master List is hard to find because for three major reasons.
Well, okay. There is no master list.
Yeah, every Pandora's Box is like a work in progress, and so like it doesn't matter if it's number 1, number 9, number XE. So it says ours says Games Pandora 20s. We don't know what the method behind the madness is, but every Pandora's Box has a slightly different game list. So that's the first part. If we gave you our game list, it doesn't really tell you anything because you might not get the same exact one that we do. If you want us to give you our master list, we can. I mean, we'll try to give it to you, but it might not help you because of reason number 2. The list is extremely deceitful. And I'll give you 2 perfect examples. If you were to look for, let's say, the Simpsons arcade game, right? If you saw our last video on the Pandora's Box, you see that, first of all, Simpsons is under something called Simpsons Bowling, which isn't really... You probably wouldn't think of Simpsons Bowling, you want the Simpsons arcade game. And to add insult to injury, this is actually a hacked version of the Simpsons arcade game. We can only play one player. And I tried playing this version with my friend Ryan, and only he could play. But get this, it gets worse, right? Check this out. See this game, Elson? Have you noticed? Check it out. It's The Simpsons, and this version is the version where 2 people can play, or up to 4 people. I mean, we don't have 4 players here, but so if we gave you this master list, you're probably not looking for Elson to be the Simpsons arcade game, right? And so we might have the game you want, but you're not going to see it on the list. Oh wait, and it gets worse. Check out the opposite scenario. One of my favorite games when I was growing up was Operation Wolf. And if you want the arcade game, you're like, oh good, this has the arcade game that I want. But check it out. When I click on it, it's the Nintendo version.
Well, it's still there. You know, technically, it's like some version of it.
No, man. If I bought the Pandora's Box, I would be pissed off that I don't have the arcade version on there. So we're not trying to trash Pandora's Box. It's still a great system. The problem is that it has its quirks, and this is one of the quirks. Is that the reason why there's no master list is because nobody can conveniently give you a master's list.
And so you have to understand that this thing has a combination of arcade games, NES games, and PlayStation 1 games.
And I guarantee not every Pandora's Box probably has that. Some of them might even have like...
Right.
I mean, like, for example, this one doesn't have that many 3D games, but I'm pretty sure one with a better processor might actually have more 3D games. The problem is that like, we can't recommend a version because they're all slightly different, and the company doesn't even give you a master list of what has what going on.
What company? You see, like, that's the problem. Like, what company?
I mean, again, so so that's the first thing. Why we don't have a master list. Second thing with the Pandora's Box is that, and I felt like we were also deceitful in this. We were led to believe you could add your own games onto this system, which. I mean, it has like a USB slot in it, and you can take this thing apart and take out the micro SD card. They try to put a piece of glue on there. That was really cute, but we could pull that out. But it's really strange. We are having trouble actually trying to put our own ROMs on here. It sounds pretty simple.
I mean, right? Like it's like really cryptic. First of all, like the card is in 2 Linux partitions, like, you know, and so like if you don't have like any sort of way like to look at it, you know, like on the PC or the Mac, like you're screwed.
Yeah, if you can't read Linux, right, on your computer to begin with. There needs to be a cross-index of a file that over the ROM file over the file that shows the actual text of what's on the menu, and then of course you need a cross directory of the video that's playing. At the very least, we figured, hey, we could just change out one ROM with another and just remember what name we put it under, but there's no real but that apparently didn't work either.
Right. I mean, it's crazy. Like, we tried all sorts of things.
I mean, you would think that you could just drop in a ROM, and I don't even know why it doesn't give you the option. It should just give you an option to play like a ROM off of a USB stick.
If there's some simple, straightforward way to add ROMs or games, we don't know how. You know what I mean? I mean, like in the future, like I mean, we'll probably, if we could figure it out, we'll definitely tell you guys. There's nobody else on YouTube. There's no other DIY thing I found on it. Sorry, we can't help you any more than that. But at least now you have some closure. Well, cool. I'll tell you what though. If we do figure out how, subscribe. That way, when we do figure out how to add your own games, you could just come right here and we could tell you. Or tell us.
Yeah, right. If anybody wants to tell us the secret, then we will tell the world, because I know everybody wants to know.